Hello everyone and welcome to His and Hers Movie Reviews, where we spend money so that you don't have to.
Tonight we're reviewing...
Guess what movie?
Rogue One.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
I was going to say that, but I guess we're both saying the title now. It's not just me. So yeah, guys, this is the movie or the story of the rebels before A New Hope. So I would say it's between episode 3 and 4, so 3.5. Episode
Correct.
3.5.
You would be correct if you said that.
Yes, I am correct.
And you almost ran that light, but it's cool.
That was an emergency
This
light.
is...
Being
Yeah,
rebel.
I was going to start talking about the movie, but no.
Okay,
Ready?
you're 60 to 60.
You start first.
I start first.
And... go.
Okay, I enjoyed this movie. I always say, the first thing I say, I enjoyed this movie. Oh my god, you guys. So, I don't want to talk about the bad stuff. Okay, so it kept my attention for the most part. I was really intrigued as to, like, you know, what was going on, like, how were the plans started, like, what happened with that, all that fun stuff. I really enjoyed, I don't know anybody's names, I'm going to sound really racial. The Asian guy, he was blind, he was really cool, he was the comedic relief, as also the droid.
28 seconds.
So, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed what they did show of Darth Vader. Now, one of the little flaws that I thought I didn't like that much was
15 seconds.
that I wanted to see him more. Actually, I wanted to see a lot more of Vader when I saw him. I want more. He had an epic ass entrance, you guys. Entrance was epic.
5 seconds.
Okay, so I give this movie overall, I give it a B. A B for Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
All right. I was getting worried. I was like,
Is she ever gonna
am I
say?
get rating?
Ready?
All right.
You ready? Pew, pew.
I'm gonna start off by saying that this is the only Star Wars prequel that worked.
Whoa! Ouch.
I loved this movie, and there were a couple of things that, yes, somewhere in the second act, I felt like it was starting to drag a little bit. And I was like, let's move it along. But by the end of it, it paid off. Like, you know, there's certain things that happen at the end of the movie, or like in the third act, that you're like, no, like, did I have any doubts? This movie is freaking awesome. And
25 seconds.
The Darth Vader parts of the movie, I knew he wasn't going to be in it because this movie wasn't about Darth Vader, but they had to show him because he was around during this time. So all this couldn't be happening without him being around. Anyways,
10 seconds.
I'm going to give this movie an A. Of course, just because I freaking loved it. And it was the war movie that they promised us, and that's why I loved it so much.
Alright. So let's talk about those Vader scenes.
The Vader, no spoilers.
Of course.
No spoilers, but
oh my god.
I mean, there was one that he was just like the leadership position,
Yeah.
and then
Classic Vader.
and then Vader in his prime, which is they gave me the scene that I've always wanted to see.
Was it the one that
in
we
my
were like,
entire life?
that we were like, we stopped and we looked at each other at the same time. We were like,
Yeah. There were several scenes. Like I don't wanna like narrow it down or tell you what's gonna happen. But there was one scene in particular that I was like, I was fanboying so much.
and don't worry, guys, you're gonna get a lot of pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. You're gonna get a lot of that.
All right. So, like they promised, this is a war movie. It felt completely different than the Star Wars saga movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it felt like in the same universe, obviously, and I just really enjoyed the fact that we got to see how life was with the Imperial Army, with the Empire
Rising.
How can I say like oppressing the people? Like you can feel the presence of the Empire like along the way people were living and everything like that, and you see the stormtroopers in the streets frisking people and everything.
Like a lot of like symbolism too. Like you think about it, like, okay, is this kind of like for the Holocaust type thing?
So I think it was the first movie. I mean, they showed us in A New Hope and stuff like that also, but like it was the first movie that I actually really felt what life was like with the Empire being
The oppressor.
being like the oppressor. And I thought that they handled that really well with the, and then K2SO, what was his name, I think?
Yes, the big droid.
The big droid.
He was
A
funny.
lot of good comedic relief from that guy.
He was good.
You compared him to
Sheldon.
Sheldon just because of the way that he
Jim
bursted
Parsons.
out
Yeah.
stuff. Sheldon, yeah. From
Yeah, so that
Big
says
Bang
a lot about Jim Parsons' character on Big Bang.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's pretty good.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I want to talk more about this movie, but I can't.
But check it out, guys. Definitely.
It's definitely worth a check. Now, I do kind of feel that if you're not into the Star Wars lore, you might be a little confused and or bored. Like she's not into Star Wars as much as I am, but like because of me, she's gotten more into the story and the
accepted it.
lore. Yeah, like and the background of it all.
Yeah,
but
because
I
like
feel like if
he
you're,
watches Rebels, so he kind of like with this movie, he was like,
I was like, if a Rebels character shows up, I'm gonna freaking blow my mind.
I was waiting for a little Rebels to show up.
But no, guys, the movie was great. But I do want to warn you, if you're less than a casual fan of Star Wars, this movie might work for you in the sense that it has really good action, but with the background and the lore of Star Wars, it might lose you.
Yeah,
a
like
little
it's
bit.
history, like you know what I mean, like the
Yeah.
pretty much. So yeah, guys, definitely check this out if you are a Star Wars head.
And yes, we did have capes.
Check them out. Oh, our Velcro.
Oh god.
Who's standing on my cape?
Do the Vader. Who's standing in my cape? Alright, guys, so
Like we always say, it's important to know
before you go, just in case it blows, Vader cape throw.
Vader out.
Peace.